Good morning class. Today we are going to do lesson 1, Accounts from Incomplete Records. Here we will learn preparation of final accounts from incomplete records. There are certain steps to be followed. First, opening statement of affairs we have to prepare to find the opening capital. Then, total debtors account to find credit sales. Total creditors account to find credit purchases, bills receivable account to find the balance of bills receivable, bills payable account to find the balance of bills payable, trading and profit and loss account, and finally the balance sheet. Trading and profit and loss account as well as the balance sheet you all know as we have studied in 11th standard. The opening statement of affairs also we have completed yesterday. Today we are going to deal with total debtors account, total creditors account, bills receivable account and bills payable account. Now let us see the format for total debtors account. It is a ledger account. So you have to use the two sides of the accounts book, debit side and the credit side. In the debit side, you have particulars and amount. In the credit side, you have particulars and amount. Now, in the debit side, you write to balance BD, which is the opening balance, to sales account, credit sales, to bank account, this is when the checks are dishonored, to bills receivable account, if the bills are dishonored. Now, let's look at the credit side. By cash or bank account, this is when the amount is received. By discount allowed account, by sales return account, by bad debts account, by bills receivable account, this is when bills are received, and finally by balance CD, this is the closing balance. Now let me explain to you illustration 11. From the following details, find out total sales made during the year. Debtors on 1st April 2018, 50,000. Cash received from debtors during the year, 1,50,000. Returns inward, 15,000. Bad debts, 5,000. Debtors on 31st March 2019, 70,000. Cash sales, 1,40,000. Now let us see the solution for illustration 11. So we begin with the total debtors account, the debit and the credit. We follow the format, the total debtors format. So in the debit side we have to balance BD 50,000 and then to sales account which is a credit. Then bank account or the bills receivable account we are not entering here because it's not given in the question. Now the credit side, by cash account 1,50,000, by cash, by returns inward 15,000, by bad debts 5,000, by balance CD 70,000. Now the by bills receivable we are not entering because it's not given in the question. So we total up this side and we get 2,40,000. This 2,40,000 is a greater amount. So we enter it in the debit total. Now from this 2,40,000 we minus 50,000 and we get 1,90,000 which is the answer. This is actually the balancing figure. Now in the question they have asked us total sales. The cash sales we did not put in the format. We will not do it. So to find out the total sales, we take cash sales plus the credit sales which we got from the format, the answer. So the cash sales is 1,40,000 plus the credit sales 1,90,000. When we add this two, we get 3,30,000. Now let's look at the format 2. Bills receivable account. This is also the ledger account. So you have the debit side as well as the credit side. The debit side, particulars and amount. The credit side, particulars and amount. In the debit side, you have two items, to balance BD, to debtors account. Debtors account is the balancing amount. Then the credit side, by cash or bank account, this is the amount received or the bills receivable honored. Then by debtors account, if the bills received are dishonored. Then by balance CD, which is the closing balance. Now let me explain to you bills receivable and total creditors when they are jointly given. From the following particulars, calculate total sales. Debtors on 1st April 2017, 1,50,000. Bills receivable on 1st April 2017, 40,000. Cash received from debtors, 3,90,000. Cash received for bills receivable, 90,000. Bills receivable dishonored, 10,000. Sales return, 40,000. Bills receivable on 31st of March 2018, 30,000. Sundry debtors on 31st March 2018, 1,30,000. Cash sales, 2 lakhs. When we have a question given as it is, so let's look at the solution. We have to begin with bills receivable account. So as it is a ledger account, you have the debit side as well as the credit side. You prepare particulars and amount in the debit side, particulars and amount in the credit side. In the credit side, we write by cash account 90,000, by debtors account 10,000, by balance CD 30. You add all this, you get this total 1,30,000. Now this side you write the to balance BD, which is the opening balance, 40,000. Now from this is 40,000, but the total is 1,30,000. From 1,30,000 we minus the 40,000 and we get 90,000. So this is to debtors account. Now let's look at total debtors account. So this is also a ledger account, so you have to draw debit and credit both the sides, particulars and amount column, particulars and amount column. In the credit side, you have by cash account. From the question, you get the figure 3,90,000. Then by sales return account, 40,000. By BR account, that is bills receivable account. Now we get this 90,000 from bills receivable account, that is to debtors account. This 90,000. This 90,000 should be brought to total debtors account here. Then we write by balance CD 1,30,000. Now the debit side, to balance BD, the opening balance, 1,50,000. To bills receivable account, because there is a dishonored given, 10,000. Then to sales account, which is credit, which we need to find out. Now we add the credit side and we get the total of 6,50,000. This is greater figure. So this amount is written in the debit side total. Then we add up 1,50,000 and 10,000. After adding this, whatever the answer we get, we subtract it or we minus it from 6,50,000. So what is the answer we get? 4,90,000. So this is your sales credit. But the question was total sales. So you write over there, total sales is equal to cash sales plus credit sales. So cash sales is given in the question, 2 lakhs. Credit sales we have already found out from here, 4,90,000. So we enter it over here. 2 lakh plus 4,90,000, we get 6,90,000. Let's look at the format for total creditors account. This is also ledger account, debit and the credit side. Particulars and amount, particulars and amount. Now this is actually the opposite of total debtors account. So here what happens, in the credit side the opening balances will come, then we write away a purchases account. Now total debtors account we did sales account, but in total creditors account we are going to deal with by purchases account. Then by bank account if the check is dishonored, by bills payable if the bills are dishonored. Then in the debit side, to cash or bank account if the amount is being paid, bills payable account, then to discount received, to purchases returned, to balance CD. This is actually a closing balance. Now let's look at the illustration 14. From the following details, calculate credit purchase. Creditors on 1st April 2018, 50,000, returns outward 6,000, cash paid to creditors 1,60,000, creditors on 31st March 2019, 70,000. Let's see the solution for example 14. So we write on top total creditors account, we place debit and credit, particulars amount. Then in the credit side, by balance BD, that is opening balance 50,000, and then by purchases account we just write and we keep. Then in the debit side, to cash account 1,60,000, to returns inward account 6,000, to balance CD 70,000. Now when we total up this side, the asset side, we get 2,36,000. Then when we look at the credit side, it is only balance 50,000 will be there. So from 2,36,000 from this credited amount, you minus 50,000, you get 1,86,000. That is your purchases, which is credit. And now let me explain to you the last format for today's class, bills payable account. Again, this is a ledger account. So you have a debit as well as a credit side, particulars and amount. Now in the debit side, you have to cash or bank account, that is bills payable paid. Then to creditors account if it is dishonored. Then to balance CD, which is the closing balance. Now look at the credit side. By balance BD, which is opening balance. Then we have by sundry creditors or by creditors, it will be a balancing figure. Okay, now let me explain to you illustration 15. From the following particulars, calculate total purchases. Sundry creditors on 1st April 2017, 75,000. Bills payable on 1st April 2017, 60,000. Paid cash to creditors 3,70,000. Paid for bills payable 1 lakh. Purchases returns 15,000. Cash purchases 3,20,000. Creditors on 31st March 2018 50,000. Bills payable on 31st March 2018 80,000. When such questions are given over there, first we begin with bills payable account. So you have a debit side as well as the credit side. The debit side particulars and amount, and the credit side also you have particulars and amount. Here we begin with the opening balance. By balance BD 60,000. By sundry creditors, now this is what we are going to find out. Now let's look at the debit side. To cash account, that is amount paid 1 lakh, and then the closing balance we have 80,000. So we add up the debit side and we get 1,80,000, which is the greater amount. This 1,80,000 is put over here as a total, and then from this 1,80,000 you minus 60,000 and we get 1,20,000. This is by sundry creditors account. After preparing bills payable account, we have to prepare total creditors account. So this is also ledger account, debit and the credit side. particulars and amount, Then we begin by balance, opening balance, by balance BD, 75,000. Then by purchases account, which is a credit. Now this is what we are going to find out. We do not have any other items to be filled over here because it's not given in the question. So now we come to this side. To cash account 3,70,000. To purchases return account 15,000. To bills payable 1,20,000. Now this we got from this amount from the bills payable account. Then to balance CD, that is a closing balance 50,000. We add up the debit side and we get 5,500. So we put it over here. Then from this we minus 75,000 and the answer is 4,80,000. And the question asks for not purchases credit. If they ask purchases credit, we stop over here. But if they ask total purchases, then we write total purchases is equal to cash purchases plus credit purchases. Cash purchases given in the question, credit purchases we found out 4,80,000. We add these two and we get 8 lakhs.